that I'm struggling with. I don't know the answer to it. It's one of those things that as your kids get older, it's something that when they were little just wasn't an issue and never came into my thinking. But it's as the boys have started to read and they've worked out that I was taking them into the ladies' toilet all the time. And there came a point when Rocco was saying, I'm not going into the ladies' toilet, suddenly realised that it was full of women and there was a picture of a woman on the outside, and that's quite clearly the place I should be going because there's a picture of a man on that toilet door. But I'm on my own with 3 boys for most of our day trips, and so I don't have a man who can take them off into the male toilet.
And you can't go in with them.
Worry about their safety. But toilets, to me, is somewhere I really worry about them going on their own. I've got little boys who are taking themselves off into a place where there are lockable toilet doors. You know, you're getting your privates out naturally to go to the toilet. Ozzie's 4, so I carry him into the ladies, and at the moment he's not questioning that. And obviously I'm sending the other 2 boys, as soon as Rocco knew and flagged it with me, then Diggory, who's 2.5 years younger than him, cottoned on as well. So, I'm not going in the ladies' toilet, that's disgusting, oh, foo-foos. And, you know, so I'm sending them in together, and I always do that. If we stop at service stations because we're on our way somewhere, or we're down at the beach, car park, or wherever it is, and we're at a public toilet, I'll say, you stay together, you do not leave the toilet until the other one's finished, stick together. But I really struggle with it, sending my kids into a place where you don't know what men are in, you don't know what the men are doing, and
it's an uncomfortable one, isn't it?
For you, it must be this. You know,
I've got it from the other perspective, in that Tilda will go into the men's with Fred, with my husband, if she's with him and I'm not around. And obviously she's with him, so I know she's safe, but she's still seeing stuff. She's still seeing men with their todgers out at the urinals, and you know it's perfectly healthy for us to talk about body parts and all that kind of stuff, but you just don't know what they might see and what they're thinking, and
it's not nice. You've got a little girl, you know, she's 4 now, and you haven't got much longer before she's not wanting to see a stranger's winks. You know, it's like it's a really tough one. I don't know.
I think one answer is you've got to use the disabled toilet. I know there are people that are going to argue that and say, well, you can't use it because you're not disabled. But I think, you know,
but see, the
nappy changing is in there as well. So
I've tried, you know, I'll try and say to them, this is the family toilet. We go in here, but Rocco's 9 now. That doesn't wash anymore.
Okay,
it's a men's toilet, and he wants to go in the men's toilet.
I guess you've got to do what you've been doing and having that conversation with them that says, you know, you don't, if someone tries to talk to you or someone does anything, you run straight out and you tell me, and I'll come bursting.
And I would, and I've done it before. Diggory went in to do a poo, and it takes him about 6 hours. You know, so they didn't come out of the toilet quick enough, and I'd sort of pushed the door and shouted through, "Are you in there?" No answer, and I have walked into the men's toilets because I'm not going to stand by and wait. But it's a really tricky one, and I don't think there's a perfect.
I've been at service stations where there's one door in and one door out, and there's there are 2 entrances or exits to that loo.
Really?
I mean, what do you do then? I mean, can you imagine? You know, your kid goes in there on his own and swiped out the door, and you're waiting at the other door, not realising there's another exit.
Let's flag that station. What is it?
I'm going to make notes. We need to start making notes on that. I have seen it before, and it comes out on the other, like the opposite side of the service station. You know, and you just think, oh my god.
I wonder what other. I don't know what other mummies do, because I'll stand right outside the door to the men's toilets, but you know, we've got opposite problems, haven't we? If Fred's out with Tilda, but I'm so often.
But I'm never going to have to send her in on her own, and that's the issue that you're dealing with, and that's the worst.
But Fred will have to deal with it when she. It's not going to be much longer before Tilda and Ozzy, who are 4 at the moment, are saying the same thing.
And
when
you have to send her into a women's.
No, Daddy, I don't want to go in the men's. And
you'll have to send her in on their own. And I'm not saying we're not saying that there's predators in every. Well, it's not so much that. It's that Tilda, he might have to send her into the women's on her own, and that's just as scary. You just don't know what could happen, and especially if there is a second door, or you know, I don't want this to be about men being predators, or you know, it's not. That's not what we're saying, you know, but you there is that 0.005% chance
it's not
that
even
there could
people
be
that
someone
might do
in there.
something to your kids. It's people who expose themselves
Yeah.
and get a thrill from that. There's
Yeah.
there's more like dodgy sexual
Yeah.
kind of people out there than you think, and where better to go than a public toilet?
What do you do? We're asking for your help as much as we're just discussing this.
At least with boys, I can
Yeah.
show them a bush. Get out of the car.
Oh!
What do
Oh! I was like, I'm sorry.
I was somewhere completely different. I meant we're in a bush. That's what the boys can do that the girls can't. Oh.
Yeah. Okay, that's not what she meant. You know what I mean? But yeah, we would really like to know what have you done? What do you say to your kids? You know, we haven't got the answers on this one. I think we've just got to be honest with our kids and anyway, let us know. Please comment below this video. We need your wisdom. Give us your wisdom. And we'll see you on the next video from Hey Mummy. And don't forget to subscribe.